For the next hour, you belong to us. We'll bring you the very best in handpicked, unsigned rock and metal. Don't worry, you're in safe hands. We are Toolbox.
Welcome back, Toolbox Legion. This is the show you've been waiting for. This is your guide to the Toolbox FOOF gig, the Frack Off Our Forest gig at Colford. Not this weekend, but next weekend. This gives you a little bit of time to get used to listening to the bands, knowing what you're going to hear. But before we start all that, why are we so against fracking? Now, there's a few little bits and pieces that those of you who are not really up on it need to know about. The whole idea behind fracking is that fossil fuels, way down underneath the surface of the earth, are extracted via a system where they break up the rocks underneath and then extract the fossil fuels from them there, which sounds, in theory, like a fantastic idea. Unfortunately, in practice, it turns out it's not quite such a good idea. It can cause subsidence. It can also cause contamination of the water supply due to the fracking wells leaking. It is basically a way for rich people to get richer by damaging property that doesn't belong to them and causing untold harm to the planet. They don't really need the money, and we certainly don't need the environmental damage. And that, in very, very basic terms, is what this gig's about. If you want to know any more about it, speak to Lainey and Nick. I'm sure they'll be happy to tell you all about it. Right, as you can tell, I'm not very big on politics. I'm better with music, so let's get the music started. The gig is going to be kicked off by Jord. Now, you know what it's like, nobody ever tells me nothing. Nobody tells me nothing. So, I'm imagining that Jord will be getting up doing some covers, a little bit of entertaining. You know, all that stuff that I used to completely avoid doing when I was running the gigs. I have to hope he's doing some songs. He's doing 40 minutes. You don't want to be doing 40 minutes of jokes. I've tried that. It's not easy. But anyway, I have nothing to play from George, so you're going to have to bide your time, wait and see exactly what he does. I'm going to start at the very next person on the list. And the first three bands are going to need a proper introduction. They're new to me. I'm assuming that they're new to you as well. So, let me introduce to you the first band on that list. They are Tonepot. And Tonepot are Jason Morgan on guitar and vocals, Justin Evans on guitar, Shane Sefton on bass, and Ricky Dempsey on drums. They're popping across from Newport. And should you wish to check them out further, they have a free to download, well, I want to say free to download, it's a name your own price EP, on their Bandcamp page. It's called Pickle, and this is a track from it called Unfriend. So, that's our opening band, as opposed to our opening act. They're Tonepot. They're new to me. I'm quite enjoying that, to be honest. It's a little less frantic than the stuff that they normally put on at these gigs, but it's a good way to start. And I'll certainly be giving that 1 or 2 listens. As I said, the EP is called Pickle. And if you are going to have that for nothing, the least you could do is befriend them on Facebook. Right, Tonepot will be giving up the stage to Naked Sunday. It's another band that I need to introduce. They're the first 3 bands. That's odd for me to have to introduce first 3 bands on a show. But it's all in a good cause, and to be honest, it's always good to have some new bands. So who are Naked Sunday? Well, they are Tommy on vocals, guitars and keyboards, Laura on bass and backing vocals, and Craig on drums and percussion. They're coming down from the Midlands. You know what that M5's like. They might need a drink when they get there, so don't be tight. Buy them a pint. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, I know most of you perverts. I have checked, and the closest you're going to be getting to nudity on stage, even with a name like Naked Sunday, is possibly Tommy taking his shirt off. And again, that might possibly depend on how many drinks you buy them. No, am I kidding? I know you'll look after them. We are 2 bucks, and we are family. And yes, that is a direct reference to an old Sister Sludge song. There's also one made by one of the bands in one of their songs. See if you can work out what and who that is. Right, now Naked Sunday have some free download tracks on their Facebook page. Go and check that out. This is one that isn't a free download track, but hey, where there's a will, there's a way. This is Naked Sunday. It's a track called Reaper.
Steal your soul. I am the Reaper. the souls of those who love rock music. Vinny and Kaz, Bob and Emily, Jeff C, the Bad Monkey, Richard Wood, Christine Scalistania, Ozzy, Metalhead Maidenfield, Pugwash Jones and Laura Zoe, Martin the Beard and Jackie Coop and Daz, Eric Furs and Diopson. In the name of rock, I lay you to rest in hell!
So that's the second of our new bands to 2 bucks for this show. So far, shaping up to be an awesome gig. And the final band that I need to introduce to you all for this gig, and maybe the last new band in the show. Who knows whether I'm going to have time at the end of this to do a guest band of my own. Oh, Cosmosis. Cosmosis, I reckon, are right up your street as well. They even have a guide to teabagging, a little video on their Facebook page. It's not what you think. And believe me, as I said earlier, by now, I know how you guys think. And it highlights something which to be honest, even as a tea drinker, I was already aware of. If you put the milk in before you put the water in, you're in serious trouble. Even more so if you do it on their watch. And they are Hagbard Celine on vocals and guitar. Adam Susapanik, I think. I'm not good with Polish names. On the other guitar. Grant Tourist Neil on bass. And Paul Pabs Bray on Cajun. Again, if you want to listen to more of the stuff that the guys have recorded, there's a SoundCloud account that you can go to with all the EPs and all the new stuff on it. That's where I got this track from. It's called Subliminal Jam.
face with unblinking eyes. Zero on the price I have to pay. The price I have to pay. Don't want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. I don't want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Come make my day. Come make my day. You make my day. Come make my day. You pump up the jam. You pump it up while your feet are stomping. Look at here, this party's jumping. Pump up the jam a little more. Get this party going on the dance floor. See, 'cause that's where this party's at. And you'll find out if you're too bad. You'll find out if you're too bad.
So that's Cosmosis. That's the third of the newest bands that I've got to introduce to you. And that's how we're starting the Frack Off Our Forest gig next weekend in Colford. So pop along to all their Facebook pages, like the pages, listen to some more of the music, get yourself familiar with it. I'll be expecting some noise to be made when they've played their sets. And I know that you guys afterwards will give them a fantastic welcome to the Heads Up family. So if all's gone to plan, we should be up at 7 o'clock in the evening by now. Time for the Vigil, who you might very well have seen a couple of days beforehand at Gloucester Guildhall. Oh yes, they're supporting one of the big names in rock, Puddle of Mudd. They're coming to Gloucester. The Vigil are helping to support them. How awesome is that? You will be in the presence of some people who have been in the presence of Puddle of Mudd, which should be, as long as Wes doesn't have a meltdown, a pretty awesome night out. So by the time they get on the stage at Magnum's, they should be all practised out. Or all partied out, one of the two. Either way round, congratulations guys, that is fantastic news. And this was the last single from the Vigil. It's called Do You Feel Alive? that's the Vigil. That was their last single, Do You Feel Alive? They'll be gracing our stage just a couple of days after supporting Puddle and Mud at Gloucester Guildhall. What a fantastic week for the Vigil. Now at the beginning of the show I talked a little bit about fracking and why we're so against it. And if you check out, there's a Facebook group called Frack Off UK that will give you all the facts and figures and a little bit of a rundown of what they're doing and what the general public are doing to try and stop this from happening. So apparently these companies need to put in 8 wells per square mile to make any sort of a profit out of this. And it's not only damaging the surface of the earth, it's damaging the crust underneath as well. The general idea is that they break up the shale and other impermeable rocks to release the gas and the fossil fuels that are contained underneath and within them. It's short term, it leaves a huge amount of pollution. Basically, we don't need it. What's the best way to stop them doing that? We sabotage them with the Chorris, that's what I reckon. They're some big hefty lads, we can send them in first. And if imposing Chorris doesn't work, we'll send in the next best thing. Sexy Chorris. And sexy Chorris means this. Treat me right.
People out there now that everything's going my way. Stand up for fear, keep your grip.
Ah, that's the Nukchorris, treating us right. Love those guys. We'll be right behind you when you go in. Quite a way behind you, in fact, I think, due to the fact that we're nowhere near as fit. So I think myself, Vinny and Skins need to hold back in support. What are the heavy D's, the two big front men? Get in there. Do some fracking damage. Now then, taking over from Nukchorris will be Void. They'll be leading us up to the headliners. Void are another band that I haven't yet seen, but I'm aching to see them, to be honest. The stuff that I've heard from them is absolutely top class. If you can't see them here, they are playing the Lechlade Music Festival, so you could possibly see them there. If you're really lucky, you can see them at both. That's on, as the name suggests, in Lechlade, 27th, 28th and 29th of May. Kids go free, so you can take them along. They can enjoy themselves, get themselves all face painted up, while you're enjoying some music and probably a cheeky little beer, to be honest. And as well as Void, you'll be able to rub shoulders with the Proclaimers and Doctor of the Medics at that gig. It's going to be a tip-top festival. And this is what you can expect from Void. This is a track called Keep Fighting. Very appropriate for an anti-fracking gig, I suppose.
Are you there?
So that is the Awesome Void. That's Keep Fighting. They'll be leading us very nicely to the headline act of the whole gig. Who for this particular gig will be the awesome Welcome Back Delta. I've seen these guys on a few occasions now, either headlining or supporting. I saw them support Reign of Fury. What a night that was. If you've seen them before, you'll know they can hold their own with pretty much anybody. They're also on the main stage of the Breaking Bands Festival, Sunday the 29th of May. That's a 3-day event starting from Friday the 27th of May, taking place at Stoke Prior Sports and Country Club in Bromsgrove. Very possibly sold out now, so if you don't have a ticket, you're going to have to go grovelling. But that will be so worth it, the amount of absolute quality that is going to be going on over that weekend. Reign of Fury will be headlining Friday, Evil Masquerade on Saturday, and Blaze Bailey on Sunday. Loads of bands that we play on 2 Bucks will be playing over that weekend. Go and have a look at the posters. Also be acoustic sets from Crashgate's Craig Sheridan, Absolver's Chris Appleton, and Left for Red and Resin will both be grabbing some acoustic stage time as well. So these are the circles that you can move in when you're with Welcome Back Delta. This is a track from their EP Growler. I love this. It's called Deep Bone.
Put your hand in the water, alligator at the bottom, he's gonna get 'em. Don't put your hand on your elbows on the table, you gotta open wise, now you are able. You are the one with the gun in the corner, the girls and boys were fighting, boy, you really wanna. Don't always listen to the voice inside, but today, yes, you're gonna, and you're gonna die. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So there you go, that was Welcome Back Delta. That completes the lineup for our Frack Off Our Forest gig. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. As usual, that'll be at Magnum's in Colford, starting at 3 o'clock. Get there fairly early, make yourself comfortable. While you're at it, you can get to know the people that you'll be listening to. They'll all be milling around somewhere. Right, I've got a little bit of time left to play some more music. And having mentioned Shezza and Crashgate, I think I'm going to play a track from them. It's been too long since we had any Crashgate on the show. This is B.O.B.
Take your side, find a place where we can hide. Take a look and you will see the man I tried so hard to be. Cast a shadow in the sky, take the light but I still find faces tattooed in my mind. You take the pain away, you make me whole. Stops the tide, walls around when you're not here, closing in, renew my fear. Hold my head up to the sky, take a breath, this is no lie. Your voice still echoes deep inside. You take the pain away, you make me whole.
Crashgate there, that's the title track from their B.O.B. EP. Quite an early track from them, to be honest, but nonetheless just awesome, like all their other stuff. It's good to revisit some of the older stuff, really. Makes you remember why you got into a band in the first place. Now on the subject of revisiting stuff, forgot to put some jingles in. It's a whole show I've done without any jingles at all up until now. And we're nearly finished. Right, I said at the beginning of the show I wasn't sure whether I was going to have time to introduce the guest band for you this week. But it looks like I am. So my guest band for this week are from Liverpool. Some good music's come out of Liverpool in the past. Fortunately for us, it's still coming. So your guest band for this week are a female-fronted alternative rock band from Liverpool called Foreverly. You know how much I love female-fronted bands. Such an awesome dynamic to them. And Foreverly are Brittany Soldo, Adam Powell Evans, Jordan Clinch and Richard Wellesby. If you like this track, you'll find on their Facebook pages links to their Bandcamp page, their music page on Twitter and their SoundCloud page. Plenty of stuff for you to go and listen to. The EP that this song that I'm going to play is taken from is on there as well. You can listen to the whole thing before you buy it. The EP is called Beware I Live. This one is called Ticker Tape.
sorry for me. I love to feel sorry for me. I love to feel sorry for myself. I love to feel sorry for me. I love to feel sorry for me. I love to feel sorry for me. I love to feel sorry for myself. I love to feel sorry for me. And my temper and my never-ending pain. I love to feel sorry for
So that's your guest band for this week. They're called Foreverly. They're from Liverpool. That is just absolutely fantastic. It's called Ticker Tape. It's from their EP Beware I Live. Like their page on Facebook. Tell them Jasper sent you along. I would appreciate that as much as they would. And check out the rest of the EP. It's easy enough to find. There's a tab that just says listen to our EP. Let's see if we can't persuade them to come south a little bit and do some fancy gigging for us down here. Right, I'm out of time. So, I'm going to play us out today with one of the rising stars from 2 Bucks. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If these guys keep improving the way they are, the sky's the limit for them, really. They, of course, are Nycosia. This is the latest little ditty from the Nycosia camp. It's called Miscommunication. So till next week.
Carry on, everybody. You've all done very well.
Put a price on yourself.